Hi, my name's Daryl, and if you're watching this video, you're probably pretty annoyed with your vehicle's auto stop-start system. Now, there's lots of reasons why you might be annoyed with it, and I'm going to show a little table on common reasons why it isn't good for your vehicle and why you might dislike it. The biggest one for me is, it just delays taking off from a stoplight. And also, battery life, it seems like, has gone down over the years, and I think it might have something to do with the auto stop start system. But regardless of whatever reason it is that you don't like it, I want to show you 6 ways that you can disable the system on a Jeep Wrangler or Jeep Gladiator. So let's get started. So the first way of disabling the system is what they give you. They actually give you an auto stop start button to disable the system. So you just push the button and that turns it off and the light turns on, and then you push it again, the light turns off and the system is back on again. Now, the only problem with this system is you have to remember to press it every time because it doesn't have any memory. It defaults for the system being on. So that's a little bit annoying. So the second way of disabling the auto stop start system is just to put your automatic transmission into manual mode. So you just take your shifter, you move it off to the left into the manual mode, and then if it's in that mode, yeah, the auto stop start system, it just won't engage when you come to a stoplight. So the third way of disabling the auto stop start system is just to take your environmental controls and just to turn it on maximum. So whenever it's on max heat or max cooling, the auto start system will automatically be disabled. Now for the fourth and fifth way, we're actually going to have to go outside into the engine bay. So let's do that. All right, so the fifth way of disabling the auto start system is by removing this plunger right here. So this basically is kind of a hood ajar plunger, and whenever this is depressed, the Wrangler knows that the hood is closed. When it's open like this, it knows that the hood is open, and basically the auto stop start system, it won't engage when the hood is open. So, and there's actually 2 of these and they both do the same things, but if you remove this one, then it doesn't affect your kind of remote starting system, and so that still works. So the first thing you want to do is there's these 2 tabs right here, and let me get that on my phone so you can see that a little bit better. So we have 2 tabs right there, and so the tab is here and here, and basically we want to depress on the tab and remove it. Okay, so that's step 1. Now you need to remove the connector. Okay, so basically what I'm doing is this blue thing is what connects the 2 connectors together. And this tab right here actually kind of lifts up and off, but if you take your fingers and you push down on either side, usually you can then basically take out that connector. So I'm gonna depress with my fingers on either side, and then I'm gonna go in with my other hand, and then I'm gonna start wiggling the connector to remove it. So I tried to do that and I really couldn't get it off that way. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm just going to kind of lift up this tab. And then as I lift that tab up, I'm just going to kind of pull that connector off on the bottom. And then I'm going to try the other side and do basically the same procedure. That tab, and then kind of pushing down on the connector like so, and then it comes, then I've basically got it so that I can pull it apart, and then it comes apart. And so to get a little better view on kind of what we're trying to do here, which is pretty hard to see, yeah, so basically this little piece right here goes into this hole, and so what you need to do is try to get it in such a way where you can pull up on this and then pull it out, and then do the same thing on the other side and then pull it out, and then the connector will then come off. Sucks. Okay, so that basically is what you're attempting to do right here. Then what you want to do is basically connect it up again, but not in that hole. And then you want to just find a place to zip tie it so it's out of the way and doesn't get stuck on anything, but basically away from any sort of moving parts. And if you ever need to reconnect it again, it's a lot easier to put it back in than it is to take it off. Now, the sixth way of disabling the auto start system is by disconnecting the IBS, or the intelligent battery sensor. And this is actually pretty easy. I know a lot of people have done this, but I don't know necessarily the long-term ramifications of disabling this cable. I don't think there are any, but I would probably recommend doing the hood prong as opposed to this, but this is a pretty easy way of disabling the auto start system. So you're basically taking this cable right here and you are removing it. So there is a little prong right here that you simply depress, and then once you depress that prong, then you can take that sensor and then you can just pull back on it to remove it. Okay, and then you can do the same thing with this. You can find some place to zip tie it where that sensor is no longer connected, and then you're good to go. Let me show you what the system looks like after you've done one of these solutions, whether it be removing the hood prong or removing the intelligent battery sensor. Yeah, so if you decide to do kind of the hood prong pin removal technique to disable the stop-start system, this is the message that you're going to see. So when you first start up the car, it's kind of interesting. You're actually going to see, if you go to the stop-starts screen, you're going to see initially that it's not ready because the engine's warming up, and then eventually, if you have your seatbelt off, it'll say it's not ready because you have your seatbelt off. Eventually it'll get to the point where it'll say that the stop start isn't ready because the hood opened. Now, as you get up to speed and you're driving, then it will change, and then it says the stop start system is unavailable, and you get that little warning with the round arrow, or round circle with the arrow, saying that basically it's the stop start system isn't working. So those are the 5 free ways of disabling the automatic stop start system. But if those warning lights kind of bother you, so you've got that constant warning light and then you have that circle up all the time, basically saying that it's not working, and if you're somebody that it really bothers you and you don't want to have those kind of warning lights on your dash, then you might want to invest in some sort of a paid solution. So Taser is a product, and it does disable the automatic stop start system, but it does a whole bunch of other things as well. But with that system, you have to go into the menu and you have to tell it to disable it. And then if you, for some reason, want it enabled again, then you have to go back into the menu and kind of enable it again. So it's a little bit of a pain in the neck to do that. So the system I really like is the Smart Stop Start system. And basically it's a combination of hardware and software. It connects to your security gateway and it remembers the last setting that you had. And so if you decide that you actually want to use the stop start system, let's say maybe you're in rush hour traffic and you have a lot of lights to deal with and the lights take a while, well, in that particular instance, you might want to turn it on. And so you just hit the button and turn it back on again and you're good to go. But whichever state that you have it in, it remembers it. So if you have the system off and you turn the car off, but then you turn it back on again, it stays off. And so, yeah, that's really nice. So I actually have that system and I'll be installing it soon. So expect a video out of me, in the next couple of weeks. And so that'll be a really good one. So if you like this content, consider subscribing to the channel, and hope to see you in that next video very soon.